Hi, this is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life, and this is the Pisces reading for the month of March. So Pisces, let's see what's going on with you all. The sun is in Pisces, of course. We've got the full moon coming in on March the 9th, and that's going to be sitting directly across from your natal sun at some point in the day. Let's see. I want to go back to my notes about this full moon since it'll be coming in right around this time that everything is going on. Yeah, so the sun is in Pisces, of course. I don't think there's anything else really going on other than that. Pisces energy is about affirming the harvest, affirming the harvest. It's about expressing gratitude. It's about understanding nature's bounty and being with your family, being with your friends, being with your tribe, the people that you appreciate being around. And it's also about understanding that nature is always providing for you. It is sensitive to your needs. It knows exactly what you need, and it's giving you exactly what you need in order for you to be able to progress to the next phase that you're trying to progress through. It talks about dealing with the false threat of scarcity, and all of this is around the full moon. So if you want to get your full moon reading, definitely reach out to me, Pisces, because this is something that's going to be affecting you at some point during the month. It talks about dealing with the false threat of scarcity and loss, but at the same time expecting bounty. So it's being in this mindset that you are affirming the harvest even before the harvest comes, that you are in an expression of gratitude for what you know is coming and for what you already have, and that there's this sense that nature has a bounty for you, that it understands what you need when you need it, and it will be right there and it will deliver at exactly the right time. So this sense or a threat of scarcity that you may be feeling, Pisces, let it go, move away from it, and just be in a state of gratitude. So I'm going to say that's the astrological information that you need to tap into as you're moving into the month of March. So I'm going to pause the video for 1 second. I'm going to grab my cards, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about your card reading for the month. Okay, Pisces, I decided that I was going to start out with a wealth affirmation for you all. So I'm going to be pulling from the Money and the Law of Attraction cards. I like these cards, even though they're a little bit tough to shuffle. No diss, but they are a little bit tough to shuffle. But I do like these cards because it's all about shifting your mind around how you think about money, and whether or not you agree with everything or not that's in them. It will at least give you something to think about. So I'm going to reach out. Oh, here it is. It's sticking out at me. All right. Okay, this is an interesting symbol here. It looks like a key to me. It definitely looks like a key. So if you are thinking about your finances right around now or in the month of March, know that there are going to be keys to unlock certain doors, hopefully to your wealth and to your financial health. And I do ask for both of those because it's no need in having wealth without the health to go with it, okay? So we're looking for the keys. I'm seeing right away the sight, the foresight, and then I'm also seeing finite focus. And so you want to think about those things too. But let's see what the card says. It says, I can set my own standards for financial well-being. And as I'm looking closer at the card, it's not a key at all. It's actually a column. And that column to me does represent some level of stability. It also represents a structure. And when you talk about standards, you're talking about a structure. What are your standards? And what do they look like? And it really goes back to what you think about money if you think about it that way. So it's saying that you can set your own standards for financial well-being. You don't have to depend on somebody else's standards for financial well-being. You're thinking about your own. And then that goes back to the astrology for the month of March around the full moon time, because again, it's talking about accepting the harvest and seeing the harvest and giving thanks for the harvest. But if you're thinking about somebody else's standard, then you may not be able to see your own harvest, and you need to be able to do that. Okay. It says, once you are able to achieve and consistently maintain your personal alignment. Alignment is the name of the game for 2020. It started at the end of 2019. I kept hearing it. Alignment, alignment, alignment. It's aligning with your purpose. It's aligning with your truth. It is going straight to your core and understanding who you are on the planet, not you and everybody else, just you. So it's just a slight turn of the wheel, okay? Just a slight turn of the wheel here. All right, so a great deal of money will flow into your experience. Once you are able to achieve and consistently maintain your personal alignment, a great deal of money will flow into your experience if that is your desire. If it's not your desire, so be it. It could be something else that you might want to flow into your life, okay? Do not let others set the standards about how much money you should have, or things, or people, or anything, or about what you should do with it. For you are the only one who could ever accurately define that. Come into alignment with who you really are and allow those things to flow into your experience that life has helped you know that you want. So this is really about trusting yourself here, and also setting a new standard for what your financial wealth looks like, or what wealth looks like to you, period. And it's up to you. It's your mind, it's your body, it's your mental state, and everything else. We have to stop with the whole, everybody looking at everybody else's paper, trying to see what they got on the paper. Come on now. We're over that. We're beyond that. All right, so Pisces, that's your financial reset. Okay, something to think about for the whole month, and that'll set you up. All right, so I am going to go to Sun and Moon, because this moon is very strong. This full moon that's coming in on March the 9th, that sits opposite your Pisces sun, is a really, really powerful moon time. We've got the High Priestess here for you. The High Priestess represents your spiritual nature, your spiritual connection, and how you connect with the other seen world, okay? You have to think about that. You have to focus on that, because that's where the information is coming through. This is your stuff, Pisces. You like this kind of thing, okay? It is very, very much in alignment with the kinds of information that you enjoy and that you like to connect to. The thing is that you want to balance yourself. You definitely want to balance yourself and get some grounding and some balancing energy. So right off the bat, we've got the High Priestess for you in March. So that means some spiritual lessons may be in order. Some things to balance you out spiritually. So whatever is happening around you, particularly if it's creating kind of a kind of thing going on, then you want to just kind of flow with it. Flow with it. Flow with it. All right, so we've got the Seven of Pentacles here. I'm not really fond of these words at the top of this, so I don't always go with that. It does talk about failure. It talks about the Seven of Pentacles. For me, I see a woman drawing lines in the sand, or I see a person drawing lines in the sand, and she knows where she is, and she also knows boundaries. So if you are experiencing any sense of failure, then it may be just that there are boundaries that have to be drawn, and you have to be clear about who you are and where you are and what you're here to do. The 7 is a spiritual number, so that goes right on back to the High Priestess. So I feel like the High Priestess is communicating, or this spiritual energy, or the energy of having to connect spiritually, or to reconnect or realign yourself with your spiritual nature, is related to the boundaries that have to be set in the physical world. Because we can talk about, there are things that are happening in there's as above, so below. For those of you who follow that teaching, there is a spiritual world, or an unseen world, or an other world, or an other seen world, all of that, whichever way you want to think about it. There is another world operating right along with you in the physical realm. You know, you can believe that or not believe that. That's not my business. Okay. But if you ascribe to that thinking, then this is how it's manifesting in the physical realm for you. It's about drawing boundaries. And boundaries are very important when you are getting ready to take on a spiritual practice of any kind. So for those of you who are thinking of studying some kind of spiritual practice, the discipline of drawing boundaries is very, very important to spiritual practice. So if you are having to draw boundaries, if people are overstepping your boundaries, if you feel like you're being a little tough on people right now, and you're trying to close in, or you're trying to create a safe space for yourself, it's because you're getting ready to go through a spiritual awakening of some kind, or you're either ascending in that practice. So either if you're already there and you're already clear about it and you know what you're doing, then you're probably getting ready to go up a notch. And then for those of you who are just embarking on this, then boundaries are important, but boundaries are important in both regards. So you have to know when, where, and how to set your boundaries, Pisces. All right, let's see what else we got coming up for you for the month of March. Pisces, month of March 2020. In reverse, we have the Princess of Cups. Now I'm going to show it to you upright, and then we're going to talk about reversals. So I see someone here who's immersed, who is trying to receive a communication here from this dolphin, because for me, dolphins represent communicators. They are exceptional communicators. They communicate with each other, and we can communicate with them. They're very intelligent mammals of the sea. And so this one is coming to bring something, to bring a flower, and then this person is here bringing something as well. So this to me represents emotional it's really, to me, emotional maturity, or learning what it is to be emotionally mature. It's about giving, it's about receiving, and it's about understanding a certain level of depth within yourself, which really goes to the heart, because the cups are related to the heart. And the princess is a message. It's a message. It's a messenger card. And so there's a message here for you. There's a message about listening. There's a message about communicating, and about giving and receiving, and giving and receiving from the heart. Really, really going there, Pisces, because it came in reverse, which tells me this may be something you need to be working on or thinking about, or maybe you're not doing it, or maybe you need to get the message that is where you need to be. And again, I'm really seeing the moon and wanted to tap into the moon. Think about this, particularly around the new moon. The full moon. The full moon comes in on the 9th of March, and then you can stay tuned because I've got the full moon view. You'll want to take a look at that, and then the new moon view will come out on this channel as well. So you want to pay attention to that, Pisces, because I'm getting this moon stuff for you. All right, what else do we need to know for Pisces for the month of March? I'm definitely seeing the harvest. So here's the harvest. Remember, we talked about the harvest, appreciating the harvest, expecting the harvest, giving thanks for the harvest. Here it's come, and it's hard to see because these are really tiny cards, but this is a person standing here, and there are flowers that appear to come out of nowhere. So you can expect this to come, and it is in Pentacles. Pentacles represents the material realm. So this isn't just ideas. This isn't just some other stuff. This is actual, tangible, fruit of your labor that that you've had a handle on, or that you have been thinking about, or that you have been building and developing over a period of time. This is something that you've been etching out for yourself, Pisces, over a long period of time. And so it's going to seem like it's going to come out of nowhere, again, in a princess card. So that is the messenger in this particular deck. So we got two messages coming here. Well, lots of messages coming here, to be exact. But we've got the message about being open to communication and really going into the depths of yourself and receiving the communication about that. It may be coming from somebody outside of you. It may be coming from within inside of you. Either way it goes, be ready to receive that message about going deep and really knowing what it is to give from the heart. And then the harvest comes right on in. So do this work, Pisces, during the month. Do this work, because I feel like these go together. The message is do this work, and then you will see the fruits of your labor, because the labor is coming not in the form of, it's coming in the fruits of the labor are coming in the physical, but it's on a spiritual level where it's coming from. Okay? It's coming from the spirit. It's gifts of the spirit. And you can see it here. There it is. The gifts coming from the spirit. Clean out the sky. I love it. Sounds good to me. It's just a little bit of work. It's just a little bit of emotional work that needs to be done. Just a little. Dig a little deeper and really, really talk from your heart. If you've got to communicate with somebody, wait until after the Mercury retrograde is over with, if you can. But if not, still speak from the heart. And speaking from the heart, oh wow, it brings things together. That's a beautiful card. That's really about joining together. That's about finding your partner, connecting with your partner, understanding your purpose together. That's a powerful teaching. For those of you who need a composite chart, star chart, that'll tell you exactly what your focus is, the two of you together. I'm seeing wealth there, so that's a powerful thing as well. This is going to be a nice month for you all. Just a little bit of emotional digging, just a little bit. And it's not even a lot. I think that you and the significant other person, for those of you who are in relationships, whatever the relationship is, and when I say relationship, it's not just love, like romantic relationships or your partner or it could be your parent, wherever this fits, wherever this emotional connection fits, this place where you have to dig a little deeper and give from your heart, speak from your heart, give from your heart, share from your heart, okay? Not just from your head or from anger or from what you did 10 years ago and all that kind of stuff. Really speak from your heart, and you guys will be a grand example to a lot of other people who need to do the same thing, okay? You're just getting a jump start on it in March, around the time of the full moon. All right, so I'm going to keep going. If there's anything else that Pisces needs to receive. Okay. You are the master of your domain. You are the one who orchestrates the whole shebang. As a woman or as a man or as anybody think it, so are they. All you have to do is know that you really hold the power. You really hold the power. You hold the key to the chain. To the change. You hold the key to the change. And you have all of these gifts and faculties with you. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that all of them are just, on fire, and you are really going to be able to conquer that part of yourself that you've been holding, this emotional thing. Yeah, this emotional digging thing. It's really going to enliven your spirit. It really is about the spirit at the end of the day, Pisces. So I just want you to feel that. I want you to, there's some great messages also in relationship to Jupiter, what's happening with Jupiter and failure. Let me find that really quickly for you. There is some really, really great material about what's happening with Jupiter. Yeah, here it is. All right, so also around the full moon time, The full moon will be trine. That means there's a positive connection between the moon's energy, which is about grouping together kindred souls, expanding your expectation of your harvest and all of that kind of stuff. And it's in a good relationship with Jupiter, but Jupiter is talking about understanding that the greatest worth of any experience is not the success of it, but the failures that happen in it, and being able to respond positively to the failures as some of your most important teachers. Some of the best lessons are learned through failure. And so, by you guys having this card, which I said, I don't see it as failure at all. I see it as boundaries. But that card talks about failure. But on the other side of it, there's this wealth and what wealth looks like for you. Very, very powerful stuff. So this is your month. I mean, and it looks like Pisces. This is kind of a Piscean card. I like it. It's funky. All right. So anything else for Pisces? Anything else for Pisces for March 2020? Any other messages for Pisces? Yep, we have one. Release and let go. And let life lead you. Release, let go, and let life lead you. Pisces, you're in good shape. No worries. I don't feel like we need any more cards. Oh, you're giving it to me anyway. King of Swords. The King of Swords is about reigning in your authority. And in this case, it really looks like you are free. It looks like you're just, again, letting go and letting life lead you. It's like you're really releasing some of that. The way that you've been thinking in the past, some of the thoughts that have been, kind of evading or pervading you. It seems like you're letting those go and just letting, I'm seeing those birds there just, taking you where you want to go. You're not focused on this road down here. You really are looking up. And I think that your life is going to be looking up for the month of March. So a few things in there, Pisces, for you. I saw a composite chart for you. If you need a composite chart for you and your partner, let me know. Also, just, if you want to take a look at what's happening during the full moon, I start full moon readings the week before the full moon. So whatever 7 minus 9, I think it's the 2nd, starting on March the 2nd, all the way through March the 9th. So if you want to get your personal full moon reading, definitely reach out to me. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Don't hesitate to reach out. That's what it's all about. So as always, Pisces, I hope you have a great March, and I hope you're having a wonderful life.